Foundation, you might think such an easy thing, but so much people have all types of issues with foundation application. And in today's video, I will talk about what helps me and my clients to have a flawless foundation. If you don't know me, my name is Katerina. I'm a professional makeup artist, and here we talk about makeup and beauty. There are several types of foundation, and knowing difference between those foundation will help you to avoid issues with makeup application and longevity. So there is three types: silicone-based, water-based, and oil-based foundation. Silicone-based is one of the most popular foundations on the market, just because silicone helps to deliver this type of airbrushed, photoshopped type of application. Those foundations are really great for those blurred effect application, and I honestly love how silicone-based foundations look on the face. So silicone-based foundations are usually good for those who has normal skin. Silicone, it's a synthetic material, and it creates certain barrier on the skin to keep oils and moisture in. To recognize silicone-based foundation, you need to look for the word. It's the most common ingredient, dimethicone. So if you see something like that, usually it means it's a silicone-based foundation. And the most common, I should say, mistake is to use silicone-based foundations together with water-based primers. Because as much as foundations, primers can be also silicone-based, water-based, and oil-based. And of course, the main rule here is to use the same based primer as your foundation. So let's say you have a silicone-based foundation, you have to use a silicone-based primer. If you have a water-based foundation, you should use a water-based primer, because the problem is that ingredients sometimes not gonna mix together. Just try to mix water and oil and you'll see what happens. So maybe sometimes when you have issues with application, you need very carefully to look ingredients and to see what type of foundation and primer do you have. So this is a super important. So water-based foundations are formulated without any oils or silicones, and those type foundations usually good for very sensitive, oily, or acne-prone skin. And the last one, of course, oil-based foundations. Those type of foundations designed for someone who has a really dry skin to create a healthy sheen and glow on your skin. Next, I'm sure you heard about this from every source of social media and beauty bloggers and makeup artists, how crucial is conditions of your skin. Your skin is the best foundation, my dear. Unfortunately, it's hard to cover with foundation some issues with your skin, and healthcare and makeup are two besties. So you need to carefully think and look what kind of skincare do you use, how is it work on your skin, is it good for your skin at all. I would say that a lot of people being super busy and super in a rush and on the go, they forget to properly prep the skin. One of the biggest issues is dead skin, which is laying on your skin surface. So if you don't visit cosmetologists or esthetician often or at all, our skin regenerates itself, and it means that we have a micro invisible dead skin laying still on our skin surface. It's hard to see with a human eye, but it's there. And as soon as you apply makeup can mix with those little small micro pieces of dead skin, and it's create a little bit of messiness. So of course the best thing is to prep your skin properly. My 3 main steps, no matter what, is to clean, tone and moisturize my skin. A couple times a week before you apply makeup, you can use a peeling pods. So peeling pods, this is it looks like a cotton pod, but it has this particular surface and ingredients which help to gently peel those dead skin, so your skin looks and feels smoother. And I highly recommend to pay attention if you consistently on the go. Those peeling pods actually can game change your makeup routine when you're super busy. You just take 1 or 2, clean your face just like it's toner, but it does its job and you will definitely see the difference. Tools for applying your foundation can also create some issues for you. For example, one of mistakes I see all the time is people and sponges. I don't know, there is a tons of videos already all over social media, tutorials how to use sponge, but I still hear people talking how sponge is not a good tool for foundation application. And when I dig deeper and ask the questions, why do you think sponge is not a good tool? They usually say, it doesn't do anything, it's take out my foundation, I don't like how blending looks. And after that I usually ask, how do you use it? And on so many cases I realize that people do not use it right way. You will be surprised how many people still think that they can use dry sponge and application gonna be flawless. And on the other side, we have those people who dump their sponge, but they do not squeeze it enough and dry it enough, and it's kind of like wet. It has too much water in it, and it creates a total mess in your foundation application. So it should be slightly damp, and this is gonna be the best condition of your sponge for makeup application. And another thing is your brush. I like to use brush on my clients who has more oilier skin, or combination skin. For me, it's easier to work with this type of skin and the brush. I almost never use sponge on my clients unless they have very dry skin. But on myself, I like using sponge because my skin is normal. I'm definitely not on the oily side. I'm between normal and combinational. So I do prefer sponge. Based on this information, I'm going to use a primer. It's Pretty Filter, super almost unknown brand, but I truly like it. It does it work. It's a silicone-free primer, and I will use L'Oreal True Match foundation together with this primer. And let me show you how I apply foundation and what is, on my opinion, the right way. If I apply on myself, I apply from the bottle, just a few pumps, This is how much I really like this foundation. It's almost nothing left in this bottle. Hang on. Abused it, overused it. Anyway, so I do like apply dots right on my skin. And then I take my sponge and I start blending. So technically I just tap in. Sponge, on my opinion, works so much better because it's, especially if it has shape like this, you know, it has a round from this part and kind of flat. So you can just tap and it has like this pointy part. After I applied concealer, I take a little bit of my foundation, get those leftovers on my sponge, and I like to press on the edges with my concealer. So there is a smoother and more natural application. There is no border. So you cannot see, you know, where foundation, where concealer. So everything is kind of blended all together. This is a little trick I love to use. This is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you're still not subscribed. Like this video. Don't forget, okay? Promise, you promise. Check out my description below. I will leave links for a lot of products which might be helpful for you in your makeup routine. And remember, no matter how beautiful your makeup is, you will never look pretty with ugly attitude. I will see you in my next videos. Bye.